So now that you have your data filled out for the SOL road trip, what you're going to do here is you have your driver's license. So this is your starting point on this SOL road trip experience. The first thing you're going to do is we're going to highlight this side right here where it says Socrative stamp. What will happen is for this, what you have to do is you have to write out what you received for a score in part 1 and part 2. So say in part 1 you scored a 45. Nice. And then if we scroll down, part 2 you scored a 55. So you're going to put those two scores there. And if you write down those two scores, I'm going to come around and give you the patented Mr. Peterson check smiley face, heart, or star there, whatever your preference. That's going to tell me that you did the first steps in preparing for the SOL test. So you actually received 2 stamps. If for some reason you did not make it to those review sessions, if you were absent, the good news is you still have time to do that, and so I can open it up and give you a time frame where you can take it on your own. So that's going to be your first step. So this is going to be step number 1. Step number 2 is going to be right here where it says IXL scores. So in your IXL scores, this is where you're going to fill in the data from the Socrative page. So the ones that you highlighted, you're going to be filled in here. And so, for instance, say you need help with SOL Objective 6.2, you're going to write 6.2 in the box. Say you needed help with 6.7, you're going to write 6.7 next to stop number 2. It should be, say, 6.7. And you're going to find the SOL objectives that match. Say you need help with 6.19. And so you're going to highlight the ones that you need to work on. And so this is going to help you to kind of organize how you're going to be able to study. And so say after you get all of them listed, say you need help with 6.6 there. I'm just doing some examples. You need help with 6.8, order of operations, and 6.10 was area and circumference. Say down here, your 6.20 is inequalities. 6.15 is probability, and 6.19 we'll leave it there. So what's going to happen is when we start the road trip after this pre-trip experience, what will happen is you're going to be responsible for doing the IXL links inside of box number 1 for stop number 1. And what you're going to do is you're going to do the IXL links, and your goal is to get a SMART score of a 70 or greater. So say you might score like an 85 on that one because you were in the mode, and you did a SMART score of 70 on the second one. And so some of these have a few more links for you to be able to do, a few more IXL links for you. But overall, I'm going to look at each one of the links you did to practice. And if you did those IXL links that match up with the stop, I'm going to give you a smiley face, heart, star, or the check. That's going to go there. And so your goal is to get every box completed with a stamp. This road trip, the way it will work is that everything will give you a stamp. And so when we do stop number 1, we're going to be reviewing these types of questions. You're going to do your IXL at home or in resource or wherever you're going to be at. For classwork, this is going to be your participation as a group. And so your group will get a check, smiley face, heart, or star. And then what will happen is you need to reflect on these objectives. So say you say, I feel like I 3, I need a little bit more help. And to finish it off, you have a couple little things left over. You have a stop stamp and you have an SOL quiz. With the SOL quiz, we're going to take that after stop number 2. If you score 70 or greater on that, that's going to unlock the final stamp that you will get for weeks 1 and weeks 2. You need to get a 70 or greater. You can retake that as many times as you need to get that 70. It's just going to be the practice. And you're going to do the same thing from where at stop number 2, stop number 3, and stop number 4. So in review, a couple things. Your first step is you're going to be doing the SOL Socrative stamp for part 1 and part 2. Your second step is you're going to be doing the IXL scores. So IXL, you're going to put the objectives in. And then for today, what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how you're going to be able to practice. And so where you're going to be able to get the IXL links to be able to complete your driver's license experience.